everybody, welcome to another episode of Car Addiction. Today we are going to talk about brake fluid. This is this godly juice that lives between your master cylinder and brake lines, and every time you smash that brake and it takes that beautiful energy, amplifies it in hundreds of times and squeezes those little pads against the stops you from meeting your maker. If this is your first time in my channel, I'm a huge Nissan enthusiast. I have an R32 Skyline. I have a couple of 300X twin turbo and an MR2 and an S55. That's all I have. What we do over here is we make bad financial decisions. So again, if you're 21 years old and younger, stop, watch a cat video like that. Now today, I'm going to talk about brake fluid. What is the best brake fluid for your application? All right, so a little history lesson with brake fluid. Car manufacturers started using brake fluid back in 1923. So at that time, they would use some sort of a natural organic oil-based brake fluid. But with the expansion of technology and the cars became faster, so around the 60s, they started introducing synthetic brake fluid that will handle higher temperatures. So right now on the market, there is essentially four kinds of brake fluids: a .3, .4, .5, and .5.1. You will never see .5 brake fluid in the market because it's a silicone-based brake fluid and it is used on special applications only. As an example, Canadian militaries, they have vehicles in way up north, it's extreme cold temperature. They use .5 brake fluid in their vehicles so that it doesn't freeze over time. And also .5 brake fluid destroys your traction and ABS system because it clogs up all the sensors, and let's not talk about it. Let's start with .3 brake fluid. The .3 brake fluid has a boiling point of about 401 degrees Fahrenheit. And then .4 brake fluid will have about 594 Fahrenheit. .5.1, which is an updated version of .4, which you can use in your vehicle, will have about 660, around that range of brake fluid. A lot of modern sports performance vehicles like the new M3s or all the new AMG vehicles will have a recommendation for .5.1 only. And also that fluid is hugely expensive compared to a .3 or .4. Why I talk about the temperature in your brake fluid is because when you press your brake, it generates a huge amount of heat energy, and that also gets distributed to your calipers and in your brake line. So if your brake fluid doesn't have a higher boiling point, what happens is the fluid inside the caliper, it boils, which create air bubbles. Air bubbles is not your friend, all right? That's when you get a spongy brake and you smash your brake and your car doesn't stop and you meet your maker. For regular city driving, and if you don't drive aggressively like an idiot like myself, a .3 brake fluid is just as good for you. You can go to your local hardware store or local automotive store or even local Canadian Tire. You can buy yourself a 500 ml bottle of .3 brake fluid between $15 to $20, and a 500 ml bottle will be enough for your car. Now, one thing you need to understand, .3 brake fluid is made of polyethylene glycol, and this product attracts water. So what happens is, once you have this fluid in your vehicle for X amount of years, it becomes a darker color. It's because all that polyethylene glycol attracted water, and it's also losing its properties. So if you see your brake master cylinder reservoir has a darker shade of color, swap it out. A clean brake fluid should look like your pee. Yeah, it will be a slight yellow, just like your pee. Stoptech Racing STR 600. This is a .4 brake fluid. It has the same polyethylene glycol with some additives so that the boiling temperature is increased to 594 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're like myself, who finds a B-road and smashes the throttle and drives a little spirited, or if you're somebody who uses their truck or heavy-duty vehicle for towing purposes, you should be looking into a .4 brake fluid. The reason being, your calipers and your brakes generate a lot of heat when you are trying to stop from a high velocity, or when you are towing something, you have a lot of weight behind your back and you're trying to stop. More often than none, the temperature will go beyond what a .3 fluid can handle. So when you do your next fluid change, just do yourself a little favor. Instead of going back to .3, put a .4 in it. Even if your car is designed for .3, you can go and put .4 in it and it will work just fine. Price-wise, a .3 and a .4 brake fluid, it's about $5 to $6 a can different. You know what? You will only be changing your brake fluid once every couple of years. So does it matter if you spend the $5 extra and get something that actually works better? Hold on a second. Did I just give you a better financial advice? Oh my God, we are progressing in life now. All right, so why did I buy a Stoptech Racing STR 600 over the Motul 600 or 660? You know what? It was price. Motul was $5 more than this can, and I wanted to buy 3 cans because, you know, I have a couple of cars and I am gonna need all of 3 cans to bleed all of them. So I literally saved $15. I should have gone for the Motul, now I think about it. But side by side, if you put Stoptech STR 600 and Motul 600, they have the same heat range. So it doesn't really matter which one you go to, they will work, both of them will work just as good. And Stoptech is also a very, very reputed brand, so it's not like you're cheaping out going with an inferior quality product. I have used Stoptech pads and rotors in my 300ZX Twin Turbo. It's about a 400 wheel horsepower vehicle, and it works great. As a matter of fact, it has been almost 4 years since I did the brake job, so hopefully by the end of this season or early next season, I will do a brake job. I know I still have plenty of pad left, but I believe I warped one of the discs, so I get a little bit of pulsating. So this Stoptech STR 600 brake fluid is typical dry boiling point is 594 degrees Fahrenheit. Typical wet boiling point is 404 degrees Fahrenheit. Minimum wet boiling point is 383 degrees Fahrenheit. And metal container gives about 25% longer shelf life. This is recommended for racing and track usage. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to stay up to date with what's coming next. And if you know what's inside this box, you better hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, because the next video is going to be about this box.